Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, so we've taken the drive motor apart. We pulled the hex female side. We've gone in and indicated our table and indicated our what would it be called, the nut. And then we find out that they literally punched a hole with some kind of brooch or something that was completely worn out. So, and when they punched the hole, nobody was being real careful about how they were going to punch it, probably because this thing travels, 3 RPMs. But they weren't being careful, and so we're off. Our point here is off by, I'd say 10, 15 thousandths. So I don't know what to do with that. So what I did is I came in and indicated the 2 points. One there, and got a kind of a medium of that just to get myself square. Now, since they faked it, pretty much just kind of hash job this thing through, the only approach I know how to take is to also fake it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in as close as I can to that point and cut a square, or a square surface. And then I'll rotate it 45 degrees and cut that square surface. But each one of those is going to be slightly different, up to, 10 or 15 thousandths. So we'll just come in and see what we can come up with. There's our high point right there. It hits a little bit. There's going to be a long, slow, tedious process here. Let me bring this bit down a little further. Well, that's got it a bit flatter. I don't know if it's flat enough. Let's take another 10 just in case. Okay, that's flatter, but we still got a huge divot in there. Let's take some measurements. So from flat to flat, down in the corners where it does fit, we have 2,820. Now, from this flat to flat, 2,810. There should be plenty of room. All right, we'll just go with what we've got there. Let's zero that out. We're going to rotate 45. 10, 20, 30, 45. And we'll start in with this one. Except we want to be gentle with it. Okay, there we are. I'd say that's pretty good. It's a little looser than I wanted, but hey, it's still going to lock and be very functional. Well, good morning. Nick Collier here. Last night it started raining, and it's been pretty much raining all night. Fire season is over. Thank God. We've had some horrible fires here in Northern California, and luckily they didn't get close to my house. Strike off another year of luck. So we are continuing with this process of building the motorized tubing roller, and we cut the shaft, and we went to press it into the receiver there, and I don't know what happened. For some reason, about halfway down, this thing bound up and it wouldn't go any further. So I just gave it a little bit more pressure, you know, 20-ton press, not that big a deal. And sure enough, we bent the shit out of that shaft. Damn! I was so pissed. But, you know, what do? You just go buy another piece of steel, recut the shaft, and repress it back in. And you learn a couple lessons. One is that you can't put a lot of pressure on a shaft when there's a keyway in it, because that keyway is, as you can tell, that keyway just cut it right down, or I mean weakened it right down. Look at that. That's kind of an interesting shape, though, you know. But whatever. The cat. So we have to do two things this morning. One thing is we need to bore this shaft out so that it's weak enough that we can press it back out again, because boy, it went in there tight. And then, of course, we need to machine this down to the shaft size once again, cut the keyway in it, press it into place, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. This, of course, does fit. I mean, I can't remember if I showed that to you or not, but it does go in there nicely. And so we've got a little bit of work to do today. There we go. And follow along. We're going to have some fun. Oh, yeah. So, I tell this to my wife. And of course, she doesn't really understand what's going on. But she actually sees the bent shaft and she knows, oh, well, that's not right. She says, well, Nick, Mercury's in retrograde. No wonder things are going wrong. So it's been in retrograde for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. And it seems like everything's going wrong. Not that I follow that, but she certainly does. And here we go. We're out of retrograde now, and we're back to real life. Okay, first thing we want to do in this whole mess is we want to come in and drill this out enough so that we can push it back out without it binding up. So let's take it in, break it up. I'd say that's probably pretty good. Let's go ahead and pull this out and press that shaft out. Let's see what we come up with. Yeah, we're like a 1/4 inch from the very end. All right, pretty straightforward. We're going to just pop this thing right out, one would hope. Whoa, maybe not. There we go. It's starting to move. There it goes. One bent up old piece of shit shaft pushed out. All right, let's go back over to the lathe. Okay, so we've got our shaft in. First thing we want to do is drill a center hole, which shouldn't be too difficult since we're all set up from drilling out that shaft. There we go. Make sure we got enough length here, and we do. And maybe we want a little more distance here. That should give us something. And we've got the bit, we've got the all set, ready to go. Let's take a just a skim cut and then take some measurements and see how far off we are. Alright, well, it's not too bad a surface. I think my bit's getting old. And we may change it as we get closer to the end. Let's go ahead and use it up. Let's see what we've got size-wise. All right, so we've got 1, 4, 75, 85, 489. 1, 489, and our other size is 1, 494, 3. 89, 93, 4 thousandths difference. Okay, so okay, so we're down to about 25 thousandths on each of these shafts. We're going to let this thing cool off a bit to do our final couple of cuts and also put in a new bit because this thing is just chewing things to pieces. So we'll be back. Okay, let's figure out where we're at here. Snap gauges. And I don't know, can you see that? Probably not. Oh, sure you can. Okay. So, and we've got probably two sizes in here. One is that press fit, and I think we'll just go with that size because, gosh, man, it's nice and smooth. That boy just kind of bored that thing out. We're going to check and see how much it bored it out, because that's kind of interesting. Now I need my other snap gauge. What the heck happened to it? There she blows. Okay. Let's flip that. And we're sitting right at we're looking at 9. I'm going to have to get my glasses. Okay, back to this. $9.79. $9.79, and let's flip it and measure the side that didn't get pressed, just for fun. A little bit more. $9.76. So we boarded out 3 thousandths in pressing that thing in there. So $9.76, which means that we are, no, $9.79. There's an inch, there's an inch and 10. So we have 20, we have at least 25. So let's take 25. The first thing we want to do is change that bit out because that thing's looking pretty worn. Cool thing about these inserts is at least this kind of insert is that I've got 6 sides to work with. As long as I don't shear it. There's a second, there's a fifth, 6th side. So basically, at this point, I'm paying, I don't know, a couple of bucks per insert, per cutting edge. Maybe even less. All right. Okay, nice and smooth. Now, let's do this one more time, just to make sure we're where we want to be. Turn off that fan. 979. 9.79 That's the side. Yep, 9.79 And what are we doing here? So we're at 9.79 No, right there. So there's 5. Looks like 5's it. All right. Let's take 5. We actually only want to come in a thou. Because we do want to press fit. So maybe what I'll do, rather than do that, is let's just go ahead and file this thing down. Seems the better deal, since we're 5 thousandths from where we want to be, and we really want to come in to about 3. So we're 4.5 thousandths. So we just have to take 1.5 thou off, and we'll be set. All right, let's go. I'd say that looks pretty good. All right, we're set for that one. Now we need to come in and cut this shaft size, which is, let's go measure that. Okay, so we got 15 thousandths to take off of this part of the shaft. What we're going to do is just come in with just a couple of thou, just a skim, and clean this up, and then take our measurement and come in for the final. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, we have got, what are we looking for? 788, and we have got 775, 85, 95, or 93. So we need 5 more thousandths to take it to 88. And probably 6 more thousandths, because we want to have just a slight slip fit on that. So let's once again bring in our trusty indicator on the block itself. All right, we're sitting right on 0, so we want to go in 6 thousandths, so let's take it in 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Since we've got plenty of room to play with on either end, let's take a measurement and see how close we are to our number. And we're looking at 788, so it's about a 786. And we are at 7585 and a half. So that might be an okay size. Let's see if we can just back it up just a tad. In fact, maybe we just back it up on the compound. All right. A little fat on this end, about 1,000 skinny on this end, but you know, we can kiss it with the file and get that. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that right now. Okay, first test we're going to make is how this is going to fit in here, and it is almost there. We're talking, I mean, it's just about ready to walk on there like it is. So that's good. Now let's run it through the bearing and see how things go there. It looks like it's going pretty well for about 2 inches, and then it's binding up a little bit. But that's, in fact, if I just snugged it in, but I think what we'll do is put it back in the lathe and file that part down just a little bit more, get it to fit better. So we will be back as soon as we can.